over on Team Sanity, that's AOC. That's what she would tell you the Dems are, or Chris Murphy, that they're now Team Sanity. They're having debates about the immigration problem that include terms like undocumented citizens. Just let that sink in. Undocumented citizens, a term that was actually dropped on CNN last night. Listen to it here. Scott Jennings is involved. Bakari Sellers is involved. And then Kat Abugazela, a Democrat, Illinois congressional candidate, on free health care for illegals. Watch.
Everyone deserves health care.
Even illegals?
Every single person in the world deserves
Just for the record,
care.
As a candidate, you're for illegal aliens getting Medicaid.
I think everyone in the world deserves
That's a
health
yes.
care.
That's a yes.
Can I start my logic train with you?
Are you for it or not?
My logic train starts with
Just
the fact that
say
I don't
yes.
want to kick 11 million people off
Do you
of
want
Medicaid.
the illegal aliens on or not?
Do I want first of all, do I want undocumented citizens to
Just
have
say
health care?
yes.
The answer is yes.
Oh, God. That is not a thing, Ben.
No, it is not. In fact, you need to have your documents to be a citizen. And that is oxymoronic. I mean, it is amazing.
Emphasis on the moronic.
They literally cannot just let go of their far left priors, and it's going to sink them. It truly is. Again, if you are strategizing this out, if you're a Democrat, what you'd be strategizing out right now is something where you say, look, the economy could be soaring right now. Instead, the economy is sort of wavering right now. And that's because of the tariff war, or that's because of the cozy relationship between business and Trump, and all of there are people who are getting rich while the American worker is being left behind. Right? You could try to trot something out like that, but they can't do it. Instead, they're arguing over whether undocumented citizens, which again makes literally zero sense, literally none. And it's like saying felonious innocent. Like that's not how it works. Trotting that out, and that's your pitch. This is your big pitch for getting back in the game. This is it. This is your thing. When you see the numbers, like the polls that show the American public is so overwhelmingly in favor of, yes, deporting all, not just the criminal illegals, they're all criminal illegals, but the extra criminals, like who have committed murders and rapes and child molestation, but all of them. All of them. So here's a little bit more from that same debate, because it descended into being about slavery. Okay, watch.
Scott, do you think that your family was born here? You weren't born here, Scott.
I was born in
First of all, where
Springs.
does your family come from? My family wasn't born here. Our country is built on immigration, period.
What kind?
Period.
What kind?
Okay. Oh, and first of all, before we go to commercial, what kind? What kind of immigration was I brought here?
You're already
with?
in the hole. You sure you want to stop digging?
No, because it was slavery. That's not immigration.
Come on.
Well, okay.
Come on, what?
All right, there's a lot to be said.
Hold on. No, but you can't say come on when somebody's like, my family was brought here in chains. The answer's not come on.
We're going to...
What? It says this is what the left always does when you have them against the wall. They play the race card. That's their favorite thing to do. Or it could be the identity card, it being Pride Month. That's a favorite for the month of June. But he was trying to make the point, we were not built on illegal immigration. The country was in a very different position, because that's what the left always wants to say. We're built on immigration, We weren't importing against the law, against U.S. policy, a bunch of criminals from Venezuela. That's not how the United States was built.
Right. And again, it seems kind of insulting to actually the descendants of slaves to compare people who were literally brought here in chains against their will to people who are voluntarily, illegally crossing the border and then receiving government benefits. That doesn't seem like the same thing to me at all, actually. It's a bizarre argument for certain. But again, just demonstrates that the Democrats, they cannot get out of their own way. They cannot get out of their own way. They're so ideologically tied to this intersectional view of what politics has to be, that and hoping that there's some Deus Ex Machina that basically saves it. I think that's really what's happening partially with this Elon-Trump fight and them hoping this is the Deus Ex Machina, that this is going to be the event from the outside, the exogenous shock that somehow is going to wake Americans up to the fact that Trump is crazy and Elon is crazy and the entire Republican Party is so crazy, and then they'll move back into our category. Guys, whatever's going on between Elon and Trump ain't half as crazy as the proposition that boys are girls and America ought not have a southern border.
Right on. By the way, Trump tweeted out the other day that Joe Biden died in 2020 and that this version of him is fake. So if that didn't really convince anybody, that was a day ending in Y in the current, political era. So no one's going to believe Trump's crazy. He says crazy things to get a rise out of people, to entertain us, but that they haven't been able to sell that thus far. Here is the other piece of the Democrat problem. They're elitist snobs. and all these policies, they're desperate. And we see this with some of the Chamber of Commerce Republicans, too. They're desperate to keep these illegals here because they really do want them to mow their lawns. That's how they see it. It's like they always say, who's going to mow your lawn? Who's going to take care of your garden if we don't have illegals here? And now we had this nutcase, videos from Vermont Daily Chronicle, Democratic Representative Becca Belitt at an appearance the other day, putting an even more interesting spin on it in SOT 9.
We have to come to a place in Congress where it is no longer a political issue, but we see it as an existential issue for the country. If we don't have avenues for people to come here legally to work or to build a home here, I'm going to be really crude right now. We're not going to have anybody around to wipe our asses because we don't have enough people.
Oh my God, Ben.
That's a take. That's a take. Got to have some people here legally so they can wipe some asses. That's a take. I mean, I assume that Biden family has enough money that they can hire people who are legal to wipe the ex-president's ass. But this is. I love that if a Republican ever said that about illegal immigrants, it would immediately be the most racist thing you ever heard. And Democrats just kind of trot that stuff out there as though it's totally normal. And then everybody just kind of goes about their business. It really is an amazing thing. So we've heard in the last 10 minutes that illegal immigrants are akin to slaves, and also that illegal immigrants must be here to wipe the butts of Americans. And that's somehow, were our party's the racist party?
I'm really concerned about Becca Belitt. Does she not know how to wipe her ass? Because I don't know how she's made it to this point in adulthood.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she's in Congress. To be fair, she's in Congress. I'm not going to go there. That is quite possible. A significant percentage of Congress does not know how to wipe their own ass.
This administration is working very hard to try and fix this country. But while they're focused on fixing the country, they can't fix your personal finances. That's really up to you. And that's why thousands of Americans are turning to Birch Gold. In the past 12 months, the value of gold has risen by 30%. Think about that. How's your stock market investment doing? Has it gone up 30%? Have you made 30% on your money? And demand is strong and it's growing. While reports are that the BRICS nations are actively working to challenge the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency, that's not great. In other uncertain times, gold has offered peace of mind, and in these uncertain times, it does the same. Birch Gold makes it incredibly easy to convert your existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA backed by physical gold. Or if you prefer, you can buy gold to store in your own home safe. Just text MK to the number 989898, and Birch Gold will send you a free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, only useful information. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, take control of protecting your savings today. Text MK to the number 989898. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.